Hello, my creative friends. I'm going to go ahead and just jump on a little bit early because I want to catch some of this beautiful weather that we're having. If you don't know who I am, I'm Deborah and I'm the hands behind Taylor's Yarn Creations. And so I'm on today to work on a few projects. So hopefully you'll grab your hook, you'll grab your yarn, and we can work on a few things together. I made a vow that I will not be on long today because I want to enjoy the weather. It is a blistering 72 degrees right now, and I think tomorrow's supposed to be pretty nice, and the day after it's going to start dropping a little bit in temperatures, and then I think we're going to head for another cold snap after the end of this week. So I'm okay with that, just to enjoy a little bit of it. But today I am working on a scarf, and it is not too long. They wanted a scarf that wasn't too long. It is made using like this granny V stitch, and I am using Yarn Bee Soft Secret and Garnet. And I will tell you, yeah, I had to take the stitches down a couple times because the yarn itself, even though it's really a beautiful color, it is kind of fuzzy. It's got some fuzz to it, and I don't know if you can see it on the camera. I guess you can see it a little bit. I don't like fuzz like that, but it's the color that they wanted, and so it works out fine. I finished the one hat. It has the button on it. I'm going to take some pictures of it, and then it'll be put up for my in my one event that's coming up in February. And in honor of Groundhog Day, I worked up Mr. Groundhog on today. I did it. It didn't take long to do it. It's kind of like a beanie groundhog. See, as you can see, just a simple stitch. What I started doing is, because sometimes when you get to the width of the crown of the head, sometimes when you go down, it tends to be a little bit bigger than normal. So what I started doing was decreasing a little bit before I get to the end of my project. So there's Mr. Groundhog. Hey. According to Phil, he saw his shadow, and they're going to have 6 more weeks of cold weather. But for me, it doesn't matter because guess what? The weather channel had already forecasted that we're going to have cold weather. For next, we're going into like some polar vortex. So whether he saw his shadow or not didn't matter because it's going to get cold. So here's Mr. Phil. I'm going to put this hat to the side, and I'll show you what this hat looks like on. And then I'll just go ahead and start working on the project. It's not bad with the one button. I don't think it's too bad. So it's a really nice color. Somebody's gonna love it. Like I said, I don't care too much for that, but it's still a nice color. I know I mentioned that I need to put the link in the other video. I'll do that one day in my copious free time. I'm just trying to get a few projects out the way, and I got sidetracked because I'm like, oh, I meant to do my groundhog because I didn't realize how many people like this little creature. So I'll put him up there, and I'll go ahead and work on my project. And as I said, I will not be with you long. I'm just here maybe for a little bit just to get a few few of this scarf done. It works up really fast. I really like this stitch on this particular scarf. I had a few other stitches because of the fuzziness of this yarn. It did not look good. So I think I frogged it about twice. You know, when you frog things, you end up wasting more time. Who has time to frog when you're trying to get a project done? So um I'm trying to see. And then when you what is also funny is if you stop and start working on other projects, you kind of forget what stitch was this. I think I have a couple of projects up here that I really need to work on finishing. I had some time ago, a long time ago, started working on the Smurf, and I just have it tucked away. I have the yarn next to it. I have the pattern next to it. I think had stopped with her dress. So I need to kind of one day pick that back up. I've been trying to commit to finishing projects as opposed to letting it just sit. It just I'm trying to get into the mode of finishing what I start, no matter what. So once I get so many rows with this garnet, I am going to take and use, they want it in like the Mississippi State colors. So I'm going to add some, I have some like charcoal gray. I may add a few stitches in there and then black. So I may make it 3 colors. We'll see. I'll see what it looks like. This is kind of like one of those freehand projects. Nothing fancy or anything. Just a little freehand project to work on. I normally do this when I'm driving, not when I don't drive and crochet. When someone else is driving. Like if my husband decides he wants to go somewhere, I'll take a project and I'll work on it. When I'm taking my road trips, I'll take it with me. Projects. It's something about doing that. So I am planning a few trips this summer, if not sooner, maybe when the spring comes. I want to take a few trips. I have it planned to do that. I am also, I don't know if you already started. I've looked into the vendor events. I know sometimes they don't let you know until like July, August for October, but I still like to look ahead to see if there's anything in particular that I want to make sure that I don't miss this year. You just never know. The weather and all that's going on in the world, you don't know what's going to happen. So we'll just see. I need to work on a few more Valentine's items. We'll see how that goes. I thought about it and I said, you know what? I need something that's going to be really quick. I don't know if I mentioned it in the last time. Something that's not going to eat up my time, but I can do multiples at one time. I found this really nice pattern of hearts and I started on it, but then I said, let me just stop. The hearts turned out bigger than what I wanted it to be. So I just kind of put that on pause for a minute. And now I need to start kind of gathering my materials and making sure everything is tagged and inventoried properly. So when the event takes place, I will be ready. So I'm really excited about this upcoming event. If nothing else but to meet people. I really enjoy meeting people. So that's nice. Last time I had a really nice spot. I don't know if I'll get the same spot, same privilege. This time, even if I don't, I think I'll be fine. But this weather, it'll make you feel kind of like, oh, you don't know. I drink my water and my teas. I've gotten into some teas. I like tea now. I drink coffee, of course, but I like my teas. The teas have been so wonderful. So I haven't really watched any news or anything. I may try now next week. I may this week. Next week. This week. I am going to pop on one day. I'm not sure what day. I'm going to pop on and just try a different time. Sundays is okay, but I think this coming week I'm going to be pretty busy, so I don't want to commit to this time. And if I do commit to this time, I'll just pop on. It's called a pop-up. A pop-up crochet chat. I am learning so much these days. In my copious free time, I have a group of individuals that I really we meet online, and they are just such a blessing. You know, it's always nice to collaborate with like-minded people. So that's been wonderful. And guys, what do you think about all these planes dropping out the sky? Some of them, I don't know. Some of them, if you ask me, I think they're just targeted, and I think it's trying to cause fear in people. I know if I have to go by plane, I'm going. I just know how to pray. You just have to pray. And if something tells you don't go, don't go. But we can't live in fear. I mean, we just have to be alert, be mindful that we have some really nasty, ugly, demonic type people out here that really, really don't like people. And they're out for their destruction. I mean, the plane that happened in Philadelphia, it looked like it exploded and then it hit the ground. I don't know. But they're starting to release more information about the plane that happened in DC. And there were some other plane incidents that happened even before then. I think they had something that happened in Alaska where the pilot looked like a military plane. He parachuted out before the plane crashed, but I don't think it was anywhere near any people, civilians or anything. But I would just lean on the side of caution as far as flying. I prefer to drive. You know, I've been places where, flying was interesting, but at the same time, when you're flying like that, it's like, I don't know. I don't know when it comes to flying. It's just I feel like I get tired. I've been to Puerto Rico, and you're just trying to make that connection and making sure you have enough time in between so that you don't miss your flight. Just seems like they like to give you all these drinks right before you get ready to get out the plane. And so when you're flying and you're like, look, I gotta go to the bathroom. Move. Get out, because I don't like squeezing in that little airplane bathroom. And it'll be just like when you need to go, somebody will be in it. So I don't know. Why do they do that? Do you know why? Why do they wait until 20 minutes outside to give you all these drinks that you know is going to make you go to the bathroom? I don't know. Maybe I guess it's up to us to decide whether or not we'll drink it. But it's all good. And like I say, I would only fly if I had to. If I didn't have to, I'm not getting on a plane. Keep me on the ground. Dear Jesus, keep me on the ground. And it has nothing to do with it. I think ever since 911, I used to love flying on a plane. Ever since 911, I just haven't had a real desire to fly on a plane. I have flown since then multiple times, but it's not something I can see myself doing. I see sometimes I'll look and I'll see these various things that said, some travel required. And I'm thinking, that's not for me. I had a friend whose husband traveled a lot. They would go overseas. And I thought to myself, bless his heart. Yeah, they may pay you big money, but oh, no. I don't even like staying in a hotel after a couple days. I don't like staying in anybody's house after. I think a 3-day limit is about it, unless we're doing something productive. Otherwise, after 3 days, it just kind of gets old. So, like I said, this works really fast. Let's see. And then if you lose a stitch, like I just did, it's easy to remember. It's really a fast stitch. Much faster than what I thought it would be. So if you like content like this, if you like chit chats like this, be sure to like, subscribe. It won't cost you anything to like it. And it won't cost you anything to subscribe. I try to at least post at least once a week. I need to get back to my tutorials. I was up here the other day and I found some of my crochet hooks that I've been looking for. So I could try to do more tutorials. I was really excited to find them. I've been looking for you everywhere. So I'm just it ought to be an interesting year. Some people are so excited about the spring. Not me, honey. Not me. Spring means tornadoes. And I don't like bad weather at all. I don't like driving in it. I don't like being at home in it. Because when those sirens going off, I'm like, which direction is this thing coming? I especially don't like the nighttime tornadoes. Ooh. But I lived on the East Coast. I don't do hurricanes at all. Soon as that first hurricane came through, I was like, that's it for me. I'm out. I probably could have stayed a little bit longer. I really liked that job out there. I loved the East Coast. I just could not. It was not economically feasible. I did not like hurricanes. I don't like watching. It's kind of like just hit already. Just hit. I know sometimes people say, well, the tornadoes or something else, they just come out of nowhere. And I said, you know what? If I've got to go, I don't want to be watching it come. Nope. So like I said, it's a lot going on in our world today. I'm just keeping my hands busy. Crochet is known to help relax, de-stress you. And I'm glad I have lots of yarn and lots of crochet hooks. I like making beautiful things out of yarn. So like I said, I will not be on long. I'll probably be on for a few more minutes. I'm going to call it a day because I'm going to try to get some things done. I'm going to try to go outside a little bit. It's not real dark. Okay, let's see. Just yet. And the weather's just gorgeous. So turn on your notifications if you want to know when I come on again next week. Be sure to like, subscribe. Welcome to my new subscribers. I appreciate you. Welcome to my former steady subscribers. I appreciate you. I'm looking forward to an exciting year. And this is it for now. And we will end this with Mr. Groundhog. Until next time, like, subscribe.